This is a sidewalk I just finished, and I'm going to show you how I did it start to finish. Now when we're doing sidewalks, I use the marking tape. I let them look at it for a while just to make sure that's where they want the sidewalk. So lay it out first, let them look at it, then you put your sidewalk in. Alright, we're putting the gravel in for the sidewalks. And we got our line up, and we're going to go 6 inches under the line. 2.5 inches for stone, and the other 3.5 for the concrete. Now when I do sidewalks, same thing as if I'm forming the concrete. I pour the concrete first, then I start my stone after that. Alright, we're pouring our concrete to the bottom of the sidewalk. So we poured our concrete. Now all we're going to do is get these forms up. The same forms. Right here, we just get them up a couple inches like that, see? So now we bring our stones over. We mark them where we want. And we cut them. All I'm doing now is I'm just getting ready to cut my pattern out, making my marks, just like that. And then new school technique is I use the saw. But this is old school. You go like this and you go. You turn it around and go. That's where it usually breaks. If you want to shorten it, sometimes you got to go like this, and then you got to crush it to get your sides up. That was old school. The saw saves a lot of money, and it's a lot easier to use. So old school, new school. I laid these all out yesterday. I added this for a piece of expansion. It's just a piece of wood. It's going to go between it, and I'm putting my stone in right here. Now this is Pennsylvania, so I put the joints in, and I put the stone in at the same time. I wet it a little bit because I got to tell you, anytime you want cement to stick, you got to wet it. Now over here, on this sidewalk over here, we did this 30 years ago. This is before saws. And you can see none of the joints fell out. So you put them in at the same time, you usually don't have a problem. Other areas like Florida and everything are different. So just like I did on my patio video, just get it in there, get the stone in, get an idea of a height, and whatever I did with it, the rubber hammer. So we shake it in here, pop it with the rubber hammer a little bit, and then we use a straight edge over here. That's how I'm going to make my stone level, and I just continue with that style. And what I'm doing is I'm cleaning up the sidewalk, and this is a concrete edger, the same thing you use as a concrete job, and you go around your edges. That's what I do with sidewalks. It just pretties them up a little. It's not a mandatory thing, it's a style. Just like that. Like I said, and then I just get the sponge and I clean off around the stone, get the joints first, and I just continue doing that. That's my sidewalk.
Do it again.
Best advice I could give is, if you're going to do your own job, practice. Get a couple pieces on the side and practice first. and learn how to work cement, then you're okay. Going over it again for the second time, making sure all my joints are even, just like that. Because cement shrinks as you're putting it in. You got to keep kind of going over it, just like that. And I'm using my sponge, just like on my other videos. Okay, it's the next day, and you can see we got a little film on it, because when cement dries, it usually takes a few days for it to really get hard. So we got time, we got a steel brush and a little scrub brush. So we're just going to scrub it off. And that's going to get rid of all that film. Alright, now we're just going to get the forms off of here. Get them off. Right here we can see where there's a separation. Now in Pennsylvania, the frost will get under this and lift this up. I don't want that happening. In Florida, this wouldn't be an issue. So we just get a little cement like this and flatten that out. And then we don't have to worry about the frost getting between that and a regular cement. Well, we finished our sidewalk up to the steps. The way I did it, that's the way we usually do it. That's our tradition here. That's it. That's the stone sidewalk.